So the latest Marvel show that's released is Echo, and I'm gonna be honest with you, I didn't even know it was coming out. I genuinely did not know. Like the marketing, it was just horrible. The fact that we didn't really hear nothing from it. And it does make sense, to be honest, because they did say they were gonna release 5 episodes in one day, which again, it's pretty abnormal for Marvel to do because usually they do like a week by week basis. But I just guess they just wanted to release the whole thing all at once because I guess they probably knew that the fact that Echo wouldn't do that well. And from what I've seen, I mean, I guess they're right, because to be honest, the show really wasted my time. Like I watched 5 episodes throughout, like no stopping, just for the show to end like that. And to be honest, it just felt like another filler show. At the end, it just really annoyed me because we build it up to the point where the Kingpin is becoming so menacing, to the point where Echo uses some demonic shit to just defeat him basically. And the whole premise behind this show was to get more of a background behind Echo's ancestors, which again, that doesn't really work for me because I thought Echo itself being like a street level character and just not having all these ancestral background things just didn't really work for me. I mean, in Hawkeye, obviously I really liked the fact that she was introduced, the fact that she is another street level character whose whole purpose was being lied from Kingpin, and now she is trying to seek that revenge from Kingpin, which is good. What I think really dragged the show the most was we looked at other side characters, her ancestral background, which just doesn't really work for me, in my opinion. I wouldn't really say this is probably one of the worst shows in my opinion, because there are other Marvel shows that are not that good, but we're not gonna talk about that. But the potential this show had is insane. Like, this is MCU's very first R-rated project, not even a movie, like a project. Like we haven't even got any R-rated stuff in previously, and the fact that we're getting an R-rated project right now, I don't know, it just opens so many doors. And they did it with Echo, of course, but they didn't really utilize it properly, in my opinion. I mean, yes, there was gore, but they were holding back, and I could tell they were holding back so much because obviously the whole universe, they wanted to be like PG-13. So like they did show a bit of blood, a lot of blood, like I'd say a bit, to be honest. But we've seen superhero shows like go all in, like The Boys, Gen V, Daredevil, Punisher, so many, and the fact that this show just couldn't do it kind of annoys. It does annoy me, but it does make sense because Echo is a character that are going to see in future projects, so I feel like that's why they were kind of not going too insane with it. But yeah, that's another problem with it. And I do hope that Deadpool 3 does not go through this pattern, because yes, it's releasing this year, but if they do that with Deadpool 3, then listen, bro, I'm throwing hands at this point. Like Kevin Feige, me and you, we scrapping it. But yeah, let's just hope it doesn't happen. I mean, one of the good parts about the show, in my opinion, was we see a lot more of Kingpin, and we see him more developed throughout the show, and especially he's going to be a street level MCU villain, which does make sense, and we get to see a bit more of him. But I don't know, this Kingpin's good, don't worry, don't get me wrong, but it's not the one where we see him in Daredevil, like he goes all in. But like I understand why they wanted to do that. But yeah, I'm excited to see Vincent D'Onofrio. Apparently he's gonna be in Spider-Man 4, which blows my mind, but it does make sense because he is gonna be the street level villain of Thanos. Also, he's apparently gonna be in Daredevil Born Again. Again, that makes sense because Daredevil and Kingpin, they have like a really good enemy background. I don't know what to say, to be honest. But yeah, the show, I didn't really expect it too much. Just like another MCU show, making sure like they bring more unique fans. I mean, it does make sense, to be honest, considering Echo is a deaf character, and obviously it gives representation to like deaf people. I hope I'm not saying that wrong. But yeah, I don't really have much of an issue to say. I think one of my issue is the fact that how Marvel are going to go through with the next projects. And I know we're in phase 5, and I know we have heard a lot of rumors saying how Marvel are holding back. Jonathan Majors is now fired, which is insane. I mean, but like, it was the right thing to do, to be honest. Yeah, I don't really know what's going on with Marvel right now, because they are losing a lot of profit when it comes to films, because not a lot of fans are watching it. Many of the characters won't be coming back. The main villain of MCU is fired, which is a bit of a concern, but then again, they have Victor Von Doom, but I don't know how many years would that take to actually develop his character. Or they could really recast Kang, because there are some great actors that could actually really take that role. Yeah, I just gotta say I'm just a bit concerned the way MCU is going through things, and there's not a lot of passion towards projects nowadays. I mean, yes, they're trying to hold back like when it comes to like quality over quantity now, but they should have thought of that before when we were getting an insane amount of shows. Some of these shows aren't even gonna come back, and just doesn't go anywhere in my opinion. Overall, Echo is a very disappointing show, to be honest. I mean, in terms of watching it, I didn't really mind too much. When it comes to like the show overall, I just didn't think it was that good. So I'm gonna give Echo probably a 4 out of 10.